Senator
Well,
Capito.
thank you. Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank all of you for being here today. Very interesting. You can see rural, urban, big states, small states. We all have some similarities and some different concerns. My last question is around risk communications. We had an incident in East Palestine, Ohio, where there was a train derailment and great concern expressed by me and many others about the impacts in our water, in the water systems of the chemicals that were being carried, hazardous materials that were being carried in the train, how it was handled. And one of the things that, and we had a hearing on it, and one of the things that came out of the hearing was the risk communication, not just EPA, but I'll use EPA in this case because you all deal with EPA. In this case, was not as good as it could be. And so if you're in a community that is at risk because of an accident, a weather event, whatever, I'm sure you've all dealt with this. I've had this in my own community. To have appropriate risk communication is absolutely essential. In other words, don't say something and take it back, or don't say something and then expand on it 24 hours later. React immediately, use science, all these things. So I'm just going to ask you, Secretary Beiser, what experience do you have in this, and how do failures in risk communications put additional burdens on your state? Because you have your state entities reacting, your governor reacting, and I'm interested in the federal level risk communication.
This is, thank you, Senator Capito. This is a very important issue and one we spend a lot of time thinking about at the department, because certainly when accidents happen, or when you have, one area we deal with it a lot and actually work with EPA on a lot is with PFAS. Because as residents get testing on their drinking water wells and find out that they have high levels of PFAS, you want to make sure that you're providing folks with actionable science-based information, giving them what their options are, and making sure that you're consistent, as you pointed out. We try to spend a lot of time in advance thinking through what questions that residents will have. Sometimes you don't have as much time, as you pointed out with East Palestine, but we maintain web pages. We answer calls every day from residents who are concerned about these issues, and certainly work with our state, fellow states, local partners, and our federal partners in EPA to make sure that we have a comprehensive and whole of government approach to ensure that no matter where they call, they get the same answer. We want to make sure that there's consistency across agencies.
Right. I think that's really important, particularly with PFAS. You see it in the media all the time, different types of reports. And EPA has not set the drinking level, which I've been pressing them for probably now 3 years to do this. But they did set a level that's untestable. So if they come back with a drinking level that's higher than the level they put out last year that could have some risk to it, here you have confused messages to people who find this in their water systems. And so we got to get this right. And so I appreciate what you all do every day, because I know you're dealing with it with all different kinds of maybe possible contaminants and other things that happen. But the general public relies on you to make sure that the information that they're getting is not just accurate and timely, and you're relying on other people to give you information. So I think that's an area that we really need to stay on and be as vigilant as possible. So thank you all very much. Thanks for being here.